Hello, everyone, and welcome into an all-new edition of the Sports Stove Draft Show on the Sports Stove Media Network, presented by Righteous Felon Jerky. Join the flavor revolution at righteousfelon.com. Use the promo code STOVE15. You're going to get 15% off your purchase each and every time. Well, we are finally concluding our team previews in the 2026 NFL Draft. We've gone through 30 teams talking about what they'll do early in the draft, what they need to do, the needs that they have, the picks that they have, and all those kinds of things as well. Today, we conclude that series with the Patriots and the Seahawks. Then next week, we get into player rankings. Once again, positional rankings. So we'll be going through quarterbacks, running backs, receivers, tight ends, tackles, guards, centers, D-line, linebackers, edge, cornerback, safety. We run through those positions, giving you the rankings that we have, who's graded in the first round, second round, third round. We've got basically our top about 100, I think 110 players is who we currently have on the list. So we'll go through all those position groups starting next week. But today we are talking Patriots and Seahawks. And so let's get into it. New England Patriots, they had quite the turnaround. New head coach this year in Vrabel. Drake May took a step forward. The team figured it out. Defense was good all year. They get all the way to the Super Bowl before losing to the Seahawks there. And when you look at their offseason last year, the opportunity that they had to get better, they took. And when you look at their opportunity this year, they can do it again. So this team has got a fair amount of draft picks with them. They've got a pick in the first, second, and third round. Then they've got 2 fourths, 1 fifth, 4 6th-round picks, and a 7th-round pick as well. So I would assume they'll package some of those 6th-round picks and try to move up somewhere in the draft. And maybe they use a 4th and a 6th to get back into the 3rd round possibly and get 4 players, in the top 3 rounds. I don't know how they'll do it. But the Patriots have some options as far as moving around goes. Maybe they even completely trade out of the first round. At 31, with the needs that New England has, I'm not sure the answer is at 31. I think you could move back 4 to 6, maybe even more places and still get the similar value people, but pick up some more picks along the way as well. So looking at New England, I have their needs as edge, wide receiver, tackle, linebacker, and defensive lineman. So when I'm looking at New England at 31, I'm going, okay, well, who are the guys that could be around number 31 in those positions? So let's start with edge rusher because that's the I think their biggest need. When you're looking at 31, best case scenario, TJ Parker's still sitting there. The more I pay attention, the more I study, and the more I prepare, TJ Parker won't be there at 31, but best case scenario, you get TJ Parker out of Clemson. But maybe more realistically, Zion Young out of Missouri. Joshua Josephs, I'm higher on him than most other people. He'll be there at 31. R. Mason Thomas will be there at 31. I think Akeem Messador from Miami could still be there at 31. I am much lower on Messador than most people. We'll talk about that in the edge rankings, but I think he could still be there at 31 as well. So those are the kind of names that you're looking at edge rusher. I think there will be options for him there. Then wide receiver is the next thing. So who's available at wide receiver at pick 31? I think Zechariah Branch could still be around at that point. I think Casey Concepcion will be gone, but if he's not, awesome value there at 31. Chris Brazzell out of Tennessee. And then I've got Elijah Surratt in that range as well. But I don't have him as a first rounder, nor do I have Chris Brazzell as a first rounder. So at 31, it is, whatever it can be. Offensive tackle at 31 is probably where you're going to get the best value, depending on who's available at edge. You're going to be looking at guys like Jennings Dunker, maybe a Monroe Freeling. I'm pretty sure Lomu will be gone. Then there's the Arizona State guy, Max Ian Haker. I'm still learning about him. All right. Caleb Tiernan from Northwestern is rising up my board, but I like Dunker. I think he'd be available at 31. awesome pick available there for New England at number 31 overall. Then linebacker and defensive line. Linebacker, I love. A defensive line at this spot, I don't, because I think the linebacker that's got the potential to still be there is Anthony Hill Jr. out of Texas. I have him currently as my number 4 linebacker, but I admit I am super high on him, and I like him probably better than C.J. Allen. I think C.J. Allen will go first, but I actually like Hill better than C.J. Allen. So if he's there at 31, that could be a good pick. Defensive line, lineman, who knows? I mean, I'm sitting here looking at these defensive linemen going, I've got 5 guys with first-round grades. Peter Woods, Caleb Banks, Caden McDonald, Lee Hunter, Christian Miller. There's potential at 31. 3 of those guys are available. It's hard to say at this point, right? A lot of people like Caden McDonald, so maybe he's gone by then. Banks and Woods are off the board by then. So Lee Hunter and Christian Miller, depending on which one you like more, potential there. The other guys are just not first-round picks. Dominique Orange, Dante Corleone from Cincinnati are lower than that. So, that's kind of where I said. I think New England's at a great spot to trade down or trade up if they love someone, an edge rusher or a lineman or whatever starts to fall close to them that they want. I think that's what New England, I think they move off of 31. I will be surprised if New England picks at pick number 31. All right, then let's go to the Super Bowl champs, the Seattle Seahawks. They made a big move in free agency. They made some trades this last year. DK Metcalf gone. JSN kind of the lone wide receiver going into the year. They end up Cooper Kupp, but I'm done past with him, even though he had a good Super Bowl. So then they go out, they get Rashid Shaheed during the season, which is an awesome pickup for them. They had some good draft picks. Gray Zabel was a great pick for them this year. Sam Darnold, obviously the big thing on offense. Defensively, they had good draft picks there. Worry was phenomenal this year as well. So what are the Seahawks going to do here in the draft? They don't have a whole lot of weapons. They've got a first, second, third, and then their last pick is a 6th rounder. They have 4 picks in this draft as it currently sits. Their needs: cornerback, interior offensive line, edge, wide receiver, and offensive tackle. We talked about edge, wide receiver, and offensive tackle with New England. So let's focus in on cornerback and interior offensive line, which are the greatest needs right now for Seattle. Cornerback, if the right guy is there, is the pick that you should see them take. They got 2 free agent cornerbacks this year. I'm assuming they're going to lose one of those. They'll sign the other. We'll see how it all shakes down. Delane will be gone. McCoy will be gone. Terrell will be gone. I assume Colton Hood is gone, although he could slide. Brandon Cisse from South Carolina could be the other guy. I think those are the 2 you're looking at, Hood and Cisse. I think it's a little bit much for a Keith Abney out of Arizona State, a D'Angelo Pons out of Indiana, Chris Johnson out of San Diego State. I've got Will Lee graded high, but again, I'm higher on him than most people too. So Hood or Cisse, if they're there, I think would be a smart pick for Seattle. Then interior offensive line. Ione's gone, Penn State. He'll be gone by this point. So then you're looking at guard, Emmanuel Pregnon from Oregon, who could still be around. And he's the only other guard that I have. I don't have him with the first-round grade, but again, you're at 32, last pick in the first round. So Pregnon is there at guard. And then you got center Connor Lew out of Auburn, or a guy that's rising up boards right now is Northwestern center Sam Hecht as well. So Jake Slaughter from Florida is a center. Chase Besantis from A&M is a guard that could be available, will be available at 32, but it's too high for those. So Pregnon and Lew are options, I think, for Seattle at the end of the first round. Maybe even there's a tackle listed as a tackle that they will slide over to guard as well. And we'll talk about that a little bit more in our rankings episodes. But Seattle has got kind of this spot at 32 with only 4 draft picks. They would love to trade back. They would love to move back into the top 10 or 15 of the second round and pick up another second and a third or something to that effect as well to add to their agenda. So Seattle has needs at the moment, not major holes or anything like that, although guard, center, would be a good pickup for them if they have those guys graded high enough. So Seattle wins the Super Bowl. They went kind of all in. It sounds weird to say it that way, but free agent quarterback, the right moves everywhere else. gets the job done in Seattle. New England with a massive turnaround. They have to continue to build the depth there on that team, and they have the weapons to do so with the draft picks that they have. What do you think? Super Bowl champs, AFC champs, what do they have to do in this draft to make things happen? I'd love to hear from you. Give me your thoughts on those two teams, Seattle and New England. What do you want them to do at 31 and 32? Should they both trade down? Should they both trade up? Should they stick in pick? You let me know from there. The players that I mentioned, do you agree with that? Or am I forgetting somebody else that you think they should target in that range down there at the end of the first round? All right, team previews are done. Go back and watch the other ones if you've missed them. They're all on the Sports Stove Media YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please, please, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. The stuff we've got coming up down the road, we're working on a pretty big interview right now. As soon as that's confirmed, we'll let you know. But hoping to talk a specific quarterback with a former quarterback, and we're working on all that, trying to get that nailed down. So stay tuned. We got plenty of draft stuff coming down the road. We'll be putting out 2 to 3 episodes a week for now, heading up to the NFL draft. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you prefer the audio version, you can get that at the Sports Stove Football Show podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us on socials at Sports Stove on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And don't forget our sponsors, Righteous Felon Jerky. You can get that at righteousfelon.com. Use the promo code STOVE15. That'll get you 15% off your purchase each and every time. All right, thanks for tuning in. Catch past episodes and subscribe to catch future episodes as well. Until then, we'll see you around the sports.